The foldable revolution is no longer a concept. It's about to explode, and Samsung is once again at the front lines. According to fresh insider leaks, Samsung has officially kicked off production for the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Z Flip 7, confirming that the May timeline is locked in. Even with some chip-related turbulence earlier on, Samsung hasn't missed a beat. And when it comes to raw performance, the Fold 7 is stepping into flagship territory. It's expected to pack the Snapdragon 8 Elite, the same powerhouse chipset found in the Galaxy S25 series. So any rumors about an Exynos-powered Fold? You can forget them. But the Flip 7 is stirring things up. 2 test units were spotted running on Exynos chips, sparking speculation that Samsung might return to its regional chip strategy. Maybe it's just internal testing, or maybe some markets will get a different processor under the hood. Either way, Samsung seems to be exploring its options, and that's got tech fans talking. Behind the scenes, the company is pushing hard to perfect its Exynos 2600 chip, a bold 2nm playset for the Galaxy S26 in 2026. It's an ambitious move to take back control in the chip race, but Apple is still looming with its own 2nm iPhone 18 in the pipeline. And while Samsung Foundry is making progress, insiders say TSMC's 3nm chips are still more efficient, at least for now. Meanwhile, the foldable market itself remains a tricky space. Sales haven't soared the way Samsung hoped, so expectations for the Fold 7 and Flip 7 have been scaled down to more grounded targets. Other brands are pulling back, leaving Samsung to carry the torch in a category it helped invent. Still, production is ramping up fast. According to insiders, Samsung's already deep into display production, with full-scale mass production starting in May. That makes a July Unpacked event feel not only likely, but inevitable. And Samsung isn't stopping with just the main foldables. 2 more devices are reportedly in the pipeline for later this year: a more affordable Galaxy Z Flip 7 Fan Edition and a daring new trifold Galaxy G Fold. Both are expected to launch in Q4 2025. That means by year's end, Samsung could have a full foldable lineup, from premium flagships to more accessible models, and even a wild new form factor. The Fold 7 is also bringing software heat. It's skipping Android 15 entirely and jumping straight into Android 16 with One UI 8. Early Geekbench tests show a stunning OpenCL score of 18,143, and that's from an early build. The software is already being tested internally, and the stable version of One UI 8 is expected to roll out alongside the new foldables in August. Even Galaxy S24 and S25 users might get it before the year is out. Now for the real glow-up. The Fold 7 could feature a 200-megapixel main camera, a massive leap from the Fold 6's 50-megapixel shooter. The design might also be taller, wider, and even slimmer, just 4.5 millimeters when unfolded. Add to that better water and dust resistance, a larger vapor chamber for improved cooling, stronger speakers, refined haptics, a smaller crease, and smoother folding mechanics, and it's clear Samsung's going all in. Display sizes are also getting a bump, with an 8.0-inch inner screen and a 6.5-inch cover display. One new color, a bold coral red, is said to be coming to either the Flip 7 or its Fan Edition, a vivid addition to the lineup that could stand out on shelves. But even with all these upgrades, it's not all smooth sailing. Samsung is reportedly struggling to perfect its under-display camera tech. Balancing quality with cost is proving tricky. The Z Fold 7 might be the last major flagship to feature it before Samsung changes direction. All signs point to a massive second half of 2025. From high-end flagships to fresh new form factors, Samsung is ready to make foldables the next mainstream must-have. The only question is, are you ready? With production kicking off as early as next month. According to new reports out of South Korea, Samsung Display has already started manufacturing the foldable OLED panels, which will soon be sent to Samsung Electronics for assembly. Most of the work will happen at Samsung's factories in Vietnam, where the final devices will then be shipped out globally. But that's not all. There's also growing buzz around a new, budget-friendly Galaxy Z Flip Fan Edition. While it might not launch alongside the main models, it could make its debut later in the year, possibly in October or November, giving fans a more affordable way into the foldable experience. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 is shaping up to be the star of the show. Leaks suggest a thinner, lighter design that's easier to handle and a wider cover screen, something users have been wanting for years. The main folding display could stretch up to 8 inches, while the outer screen may grow to 6.5 inches. Both are expected to feature Samsung's dynamic AMOLED 2X panels with 120Hz refresh rates and up to 2,600 nits of brightness, making this the brightest and smoothest fold yet. Under the hood, The Fold 7 is rumored to pack the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip, possibly branded as the Snapdragon 8 Elite, although some regions might still get Samsung's Exynos 2500. Either way, it's going to be powerful. One of the most exciting changes could be in the camera department. We're hearing whispers of a massive 200-megapixel main sensor, similar to what we saw on the special edition Fold 6 that was only released in select countries. Alongside that, expect a 12-megapixel ultra-wide, a 10-megapixel telephoto with 3x zoom, a 10-megapixel selfie camera, and a 4-megapixel under-display shooter. That's a seriously stacked setup for a foldable, and if the rumors are true, it might be one of the best camera systems Samsung's ever put in a Z Fold. Despite all these upgrades, pricing is expected to stay close to last year's model, around $1,799 to $899, with storage options ranging from 256 GB all the way up to 1 terabytes. Just like before, there won't be any external micro SD card support, so buyers will need to choose their storage wisely. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Samsung has reportedly decided to launch the Z Fold 7 and Flip 7 with Android 16 and One UI 8. Right out of the box. That would make them the first phones in the world to ship with Android 16, beating even Google's own Pixel 10 lineup. This is a huge turnaround for Samsung, especially after the delayed and frustrating rollout of Android 15 and One UI 7 to older Galaxy models. If Samsung pulls this off, it could mark a major shift in how fast they deliver Android updates moving forward. Some leaks suggest existing flagship phones like the Galaxy S25 series might also get One UI 8 earlier than expected. And then there's the wild card, the rumored trifold Galaxy phone. While it's still unclear if Samsung will reveal it this year, the fact that multiple leaks mention it suggests it's at least in development. Whether we see it in 2025 or later, it's clear Samsung is pushing the boundaries of foldable tech. Until then, all eyes are on the Z Fold 7. If you've been waiting for a more usable, premium foldable with flagship-level performance, this might be the one to hold out for. But if you're already rocking a Z Fold 5 or 6 and you're satisfied, the upcoming One UI 8 update might be enough to tide you over. Either way, Samsung's foldables are about to get a major glow-up, and we'll be covering every step. The benchmark confirms what many were hoping for. The US variant, model number SM966U, is powered by the upcoming Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 Elite for Galaxy chipset and runs Android 16 with Samsung's next-gen One UI 8. It pulled an impressive 3022 in single-core and 9307 in multi-core scores on Geekbench 6.4, and this is still pre-release hardware. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 Elite boasts an 8-core CPU with a top clock speed of 4.47 GHz, so performance is already looking elite, and things could get even better before launch. What's especially interesting is Samsung's software strategy this year. They're reportedly skipping the usual One UI 7 beta cycle for the Z Fold 7 entirely, pushing straight to One UI 8 based on Android 16 in the second half of 2025. Right in line with Google's accelerated OS rollout plan. Despite this being a US carrier model, the global version is expected to have the same specs. Samsung might be experimenting with Exynos chips for the Flip line, but the Fold lineup looks locked into Snapdragon. Both the Z Fold 7 and Z Flip 7 are on track for a July 2025 launch, and there's even talk of an affordable Flip variant joining the lineup. One of the most exciting rumors around the Z Fold 7 is the camera overhaul. A massive jump from the previous 50-megapixel sensor to a 200-megapixel main camera is expected, and trusted insiders are pointing to a noticeably larger camera bump, though in everyday use, the difference probably won't stand out unless you're inspecting it with a caliper. Even though it won't quite hit Galaxy S25 Ultra levels, the Fold 7 is shaping up to be one of the most capable foldables in 2025. The bump might add a little wobble on flat surfaces, but nothing major, especially with Apple reportedly planning a much larger camera island on the iPhone 17. The Z Fold 7 is also getting some much-needed refinements in design. According to recent case leaks and final design data from accessory makers, the cover display is becoming slightly taller and wider, expected to grow to about 6.5 inches, while the inner display stretches out to nearly 8.2 inches. That's a noticeable increase in screen real estate, offering a more practical, immersive experience for multitasking and content consumption. Charging, however, remains stuck at 25 watts, with no charger in the box, same as before. That's going to disappoint some fans, especially with mid-range phones now pushing 45 watts or more. Still, the rest of the package makes up for it. The under-display front camera is also expected to see improvements. No full details yet, but we're looking at better clarity for selfies and video calls. The rest of the rear camera setup is said to remain the same, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide and 10-megapixel telephoto. The external punch-hole selfie camera? Unchanged. In short, the Z Fold 7 is looking like a major refinement. It's pulling together the design polish of Samsung's foldable series with photography tech borrowed from the Ultra line, all wrapped in a sleeker form factor and powered by the most advanced Snapdragon chip yet. Samsung's also positioning this launch to be more than just hardware. One UI 8 could debut on the Fold 7 itself, skipping One UI 7 entirely, with the S25 series likely to test the beta first. As leaks intensify and July draws closer, there's a lot riding on this next chapter in Samsung's foldable evolution. Samsung is quietly gearing up for something massive with One UI 8 and the My Files app. Yes, that humble file manager we all use but rarely think about is getting a complete makeover that might just blow your mind. This isn't just a fresh coat of paint, it's a full-on transformation that makes My Files look and feel like it belongs in 2025. And trust me, once you see what's coming, you'll never look at your file manager the same way again. If you use a Galaxy device, you already know how essential My Files is. It's your digital control room, organizing everything from your cherished photos to important documents. But with One UI 8, it's being reimagined with a stunning new interface and smarter, more intuitive features designed to elevate your everyday experience. Leaked screenshots are giving us a glimpse at a sleeker, more modern design language. The app still keeps its iconic title centered at the top. Wait, but everything else? Sharper fonts, improved spacing, and a layout that just screams premium. It's the kind of upgrade that doesn't just look good, it feels good to use. Categories like images, videos, audio, and documents are also being refreshed. Instead of the old-school big icons with labels underneath, you're getting compact, colorful, rounded buttons with labels neatly aligned to the side. It's a subtle change, but it makes a big difference in how clean and intuitive the app feels. But here's where it starts to really shine. Ever open My Files and feel lost in the clutter? One UI 8 is changing that with a brand new way to show you what's new. You'll now see a notification like 2 new files added recently, paired with a sleek little orange dot to catch your eye instantly. And the preview thumbnails? Bigger and better spaced, making it way easier to scroll through your content without the mental overload. Even the storage section is stepping up. Now you'll see not only your internal storage stats, but also your OneDrive cloud usage, all in one clean, streamlined view. No more tapping endlessly through menus just to figure out what's eating up your space. What makes this update special isn't just the aesthetics, it's the intelligence behind every little tweak. Samsung is clearly focused on making your digital life smoother, more organized, and just plain better. My Files under One UI 8 is looking smarter, sleeker, and more powerful than ever, without losing the simplicity that made it so useful in the first place. And while none of this has been officially confirmed by Samsung yet, if the leaks are even half true, we're in for an experience that's not just upgraded, it's redefined. So here's the deal. If you care about clean design, smarter features, and using your Galaxy device to its full potential, this is an update you'll want to watch closely. Stick around, because we've got more One UI 8 coverage coming soon. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's next. Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button if you're excited, and subscribe for the latest and greatest updates. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.